Steve, you there? I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick. Okay, I'm running to the bathroom real quick.
What this is saying then is that just as you don't know how you manage to be conscious, how you manage to grow and shape this body of yours, that doesn't mean to say that you're not doing it. Equally,
It's been a while. It's been a while since I've actually had a sip of Inca Cola. Here on the cork, by the way. Got the ice on it too. Thank you, Taker. 30 years. Holy crap. I'm getting old. I'm getting fucking old. This is, I bet it is. Thank you very much. This is your WWE Survivor Series 2020 review here on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/HeelSteven, obviously, as you guys are on right now. It is November 22nd, 2020. I almost said 30. I don't know why, but I just did for a second there. But more importantly, this is another installment of Around the Point here on youtube.com. Thank you all. Thank you for tuning in. My oh my. But you already know who I am. I am the fat fuck himself. It's Steve. I am not alone here. I'm joined here by two awesome people. Two awesome people. All the way in Sacramento, California. The one, the only, my John Draper, that is, right? The one, the only Dave Sack. Dave, what's up, bro? How you been, man? What's the word going on right now?
I'm doing good. My mom made this homemade healthy green bean salad. Like
Green bean salad?
Well, it's got like black beans and stuff in it, but she cut up a bunch of vegetables and cilantro and like what's that crunchy shit that you use for like a green bean casserole? It's on top. It's like really healthy and really good. And
may I recommend a little bit of olive oil on that? A little bit of olive oil.
We used she used an Italian dressing instead.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Perfect. That's fine. That's fine. And as you can see, we're also joined by another good brother here, all the way in Syracuse, New York. He is a Twitch streamer himself. You can catch him on twitch.tv/thebizzard. The Bizzard. That's right, the Bizzard here.
The Bizzard watch along, brother.
The Bizzard watch along, brother.
Oh yeah, dude, what a night it was tonight at Survivor Series.
Indeed, it was.
Up and downs, over and outs.
It's a lot to get into, man. A lot to get into.
Got a shit ton of notes tonight.
I believe you do. I believe all of us do here as well. But Biz, you're new to the channel here, man. Let the people know, about you, about your Twitch channel, all that stuff.
So on our Twitch channel, we watch we watch a lot of movies. Like I know it's like not really like you're supposed to watch movies on Twitch, but we do it anyways. This Saturday, we are watching the Santa Claus 1.
Ooh.
On our channel to start the celebration of Christmas season.
That's cool.
We watch movies like Holes, Freaky Friday, shit like that.
Family movies?
Yeah, very family movies. Very like a blockbuster kind of stream. It's pretty cool.
That's what's up, bro. That's what's up, man. That is what's up. So you guys want to check him out on Twitch. His Twitch channel, links in the description box below. You can also follow him on Twitter. Bro, let them know, bro. They can follow you on Twitter on, man. Let them know, man.
Yo, Bizzard Watch on Twitter, Bizzard Watch along on Instagram. You see my Blockbuster logo, you know that's me.
There you go. Blockbuster logo. Holy shit. You're taking it back, man. You're taking it back to my childhood. I can remember.
You got to, bro.
I remember when I was a kid. And we're talking back early 90s, mid 90s, right? Friday nights were Blockbuster. That's it.
You know what? I was born in '97 in that 2000s era, bro. Same thing here, dude.
I was born in 90. I was born in 90. So
y'all are babies.
so for me though, listen, Friday nights were Blockbuster. And usually with me, I would rent the games, right? Yeah. PS1, PS2, right? And what I would do is, because I would be that asshole, I would rent the game and keep the game. You know when they tell you, you got to bring it back in a week, whatever?
Yeah.
I would keep the game for as long as I could. And then Blockbuster would send me a letter in the mail saying, yeah, you haven't brought this game back in like 7 weeks. A month.
Those late fees though, bro.
Yeah, I know. I didn't care because like I remember I rented SmackDown 2 on PS1. Yes, SmackDown 2.
Wow.
And I kept the game for like almost 5 months, and they kept sending me letters in the mail. They kept sending me letters and shit. And again, my mom gave me a fucking yelling when she found out the letter, because I would hide them.
Dude, you have to.
I would hide the letter because, lucky for me, Blockbuster was by my school. So in her mind was, okay, as after school, I'll just drop the game off and that'll be it. Yeah. But I never did. I never fucking did. And then one day,
I had a question.
And then one day, listen, guys. So I know we're gonna get to the review just a little bit, so bear with us on that. All right, bear with us on that. Okay. I remember this one day I get home from school, and one thing about me is I'd be a mess in my room. So when she went to clean up my room. What do you know? What do we have here? Blockbuster, months in advance, and yeah, boom.
So, yeah, spanking, bro.
Did you guys have Hollywood Video in your area?
Up north we did.
We did.
It's like central New York.
We had
upstate. We did.
We had here in Jersey, West Coast Video.
Okay, because I'll tell a quick story real quick. So, I mean, I grew up. I mean, I was born in '88, so I'm older than both of you. But by the time I started going to like the A or B show video stores, Hollywood Video, Blockbuster, whatever, my family started at Blockbuster, and then we eventually transitioned to Hollywood. And our first time you go to Hollywood, this is how cutthroat they were. They're like, "Yo, man, like we see you're visiting our video store. If you sign up for membership, all you have to do, you give us your Blockbuster card. We're going to cut it right in front of you, and we'll give you a free movie."
That's amazing.
It's amazing.
That's awesome.
So for a long time until Hollywood shut down, we were Hollywood Video people, and then eventually Hollywood shut down, and then we went back to Blockbuster. But by that time, Blockbuster was like in its dying days, so like you could only rent a movie for a night and a game for 2 nights.
Damn.
It was that bad, and it's like, you think that's bad though? Like, I don't understand anybody renting a game from a freaking Redbox during the PlayStation 4 era, because you have to install that shit, and that takes like a whole day.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that is insane. But again, yeah. I remember they opened some here in Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Like literally near the tail end of Blockbuster, but I never went into one. I never entered a West Coast Video or Hollywood Video, for that matter.
I don't know if I've ever been in one either.
It's the same, you know. It's the same. The only thing is like I don't want to say they're kinder, but it's just like they like the one I went to. The people were kinder, and then also like they just you could tell they had a bigger variety but less copies, whereas Blockbuster had more copies and a smaller variety. In my area.
See, that's what I miss. Like, you go to Blockbuster, they had all those different movies you could choose from. You could spend hours or just looking at the movies. Now, like, all that's around is like Redbox.
Did you guys ever rent a system?
No, I think that was gone by the time I was going.
Just the games, bro. Just the games and some like DVDs and movies back in the day.
I did it one time, just one time, and it was a never again. And this was during, because I mean, like growing up, like the early days of video stores, I went to a mom and pop video store called 49er Video. That's when I was renting games for Sega, like the Genesis.
Okay.
And then like in the mid 90s, this is when we started going to Blockbuster. My parents rented me a Sega Saturn, and like that sounds unheard of, but at that time, at that time it was cool and everything. But I made the mistake. The one game I rented to go with it, Street Fighter, the movie, the video game. Biggest mistake of my life.
Never.
I wasted renting a system on that crap, and I was like, yeah, this isn't happening. I didn't feel it. It was a Mortal Kombat ripoff. I should have went with something else, and it just. I mean, it's a cool experience. You rent a system you never owned, but it's just like the rental. I think it was like a holiday gift or something, because the rental was like $100.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Now, granted, for me, I would go to like the mom and pop shop rentals too, and I remember my cousin. Used to work at one many years ago with his brother-in-law. His brother-in-law would run the business, and I used to be a fan. And again, you're talking to me back when I was like 7 or 9. I would be the one, if you get what I'm saying.
You're the one who went behind the blinds, didn't you?
Yeah,
behind the black curtain. Yes, I would be the one. To see the
bro. Somebody's got to do it,
Yeah. And again, it's one of those things. Hey, listen, fuck, I was curious. It's like that meme. It's like it was at that moment that 4-year-old Joey forgot about PlayStation. Like, yeah.
We still have a DVD store in the city that has a black curtain in the back with all the pornos.
No, you guys said you were regular goers of Blockbuster. Were you there for the era of Pokemon Snap?
Yes.
Was that N64?
Yeah, the N64 that was in the system. It was in the store, and you could play Pokemon Snap, but then you can also take your memory card to the N64 there, because they had a special one that prints your pictures.
Wow.
I don't remember that. Again, we're going way back in the day here.
Yep.
I'm reading the chat here. By the way, you guys are kicking ass in the chat. You guys are kicking ass as always. We have Alpha Mundo, we have Alpha, we have Metal Skull, we have Big Mike, we have Chief, and you guys again are kicking ass in the comments here. Chief writes here, there is still one Blockbuster in Alaska. I did not know that.
About that Blockbuster in Alaska, that's also an Airbnb too.
Wow.
You can actually spend the night in that Alaska Blockbuster.
That's crazy.
And they have Blockbuster beer. Like they started their own. That one started their chain of beer.
Well, I think DirecTV owns Blockbuster now.
Interesting. Anyway, we could talk about Blockbuster and rentals and shit all fucking
That's
day.
A whole episode.
Literally, it can be, but that's around the point. Anyway, Survivor Series has come and gone. The best of the best.
No.
Now.
Inaccurate statement.
I went into this show, and granted, I didn't do a prediction video. I didn't have time. Friday I was gonna do it, but I went to a Friendsgiving with a couple of friends from work. Okay. We went out to an Italian restaurant. Get this, it was on an episode of Kitchen Nightmares.
Oh no!
Damn, that sucks.
Leone's.
Well, at least you went after they fixed it, right?
Yeah, after they fixed it, yeah. It's fun. And again, the food was amazing. And it's the first time that I go to a restaurant that was on the show. And I was curious about this. Like, okay, I want to go into this restaurant. And here we go again. We're jumping off topic, but back to the topic, okay? So I didn't have time then. Yesterday, work just kicked my ass and I was tired. Had to do a prediction. But I went into this show with a very, very low expectation. The only thing I was looking forward to on this show, to be honest with all of you, was Roman and Drew and Taker.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, the Undertaker.
I want to say something about that real quick. Like, not to get too in-depth, but I just got to say, I understand he debuted at Survivor Series, so that makes it important for him to, like, say goodbye at Survivor Series. But let's just be real. They gave him, 20 minutes? Like, about 20 minutes for a farewell. he deserves his own episode of Raw, or like a whole episode special. No wrestling, just all committed, devoted to the Undertaker. That's me.
I get what you're saying on that, but I feel like at the same time, hence why they dedicated the 30 Days of Taker on the WWE Network.
That's true. I'll
agree. I have a different point of view. Sure. I agree that it shouldn't have happened tonight. They should have waited until there's people in the crowd.
Yes. There's no guarantee when that's going to be.
Yeah, there's the thing about it.
It's going to happen again.
I mean, I don't know. I mean,
and
again,
it's not like he wrestled tonight. I know it's the 30th anniversary, but the fake ass thank you Taker chants at the end.
Yeah.
Like obviously he would still get it, but.
Now, I've heard this before, like on different podcasts and in groups on Facebook and shit. I think that what they could do, because of his longevity and like how many stories and how many people he connected with, he could be a solo inductee for a year of Hall of Fame, like no one else. If you did a whole 2 hours devoted to the Undertaker, almost in roast fashion or something, where like there could be so many people who could just tell stories, and like it would, like people would buy that up, like because it's the Undertaker. Nobody else. The only other person I could say they could do that for is Vince McMahon whenever he decides to go in. But other than that, Undertaker, I'd be okay with that.
Well, he'd be the first one since Mr. Andre went in. To have a solo induction.
Yeah,
what was that, 93?
He was the first inductee.
Yeah, he was the first inductee. Yeah, he was the first inductee. Here's the thing about it. Listen, we can agree on all these topics that yes, you know, it sucked because he was in front of virtual fans. I agree with that. It sucked in the sense of that they pumped in. Let me correct myself here. They pumped in this all these audio, thank you Taker and shit like that. Right? It did not feel the same. But at the same time, I would have rather have this than have this been in, let's say, I don't know, at the Performance Center in some warehouse. Think about that for a second.
I appreciate that.
Think about that for a second. Yeah, and again, listen too. There's a lot of people recently, right, that are divided in this whole thing too. There's people that are saying, "Oh, thank you, Taker. Thank you for what you've done. Memory of." Again, a symbol of my wrestling childhood, all the hell you want. But at the same time, there's these other group of people that are not looking at the Undertaker as the performer. They're looking at him as the human being, Mark Calloway. Oh, screw him. And this Blue Lives Matter sympathizer, this MAGA worship. And the thing about it is, I hate when people do that. I really, really do. I don't want to get into politics. I know I just touched that. I just touched it, if you will, the surface of it. But I think at this point in juncture, just get the bullshit out of the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
For real, though.
This is Taker's. This is Taker's again 30th anniversary. Ironically, 30 years to the day, to the exact fucking day.
Oh, is it the actual day?
Yes, November 22nd, 1990. I was fucking 5 months old when this happened.
Wow.
Can I bring up one more thing before this is the last topic about the Undertaker that I'm gonna bring up?
And honestly, we'll talk about Taker now because I feel like just get the Taker stuff out of the way, and then
there's gonna be something Taker I want to bring up that doesn't have to do with Survivor Series, but that's after Survivor Series talk.
Okay. Of all the legends that came out to the ring, why was Ted DiBiase not there?
Maybe because he went. Here's my belief: because number one, there's some people who don't want to travel out because of COVID.
That's true.
That's true. Okay. Second person. Bruce Pritchard should have been out there.
Yes, he should have. But at the same time, though, it's like, okay, you have Bruce, but then you have Paul as a hologram. And remember, yes, Brother Love was his manager when he started. And then he just gave it to Paul Bearer.
Yeah, just a hot minute. It was a hot minute.
You gotta remember this too, though. If you're Bruce, you're already working backstage and dealing with the bullshit. I'm pretty sure a lot of fans are gonna chew him up. A lot of podcasters that I listen to,
and then you have to do all that makeup to being red and shit. Like
I don't think he would be. I don't think he'd be Brother Love. I think he would just be Bruce Pritchard.
No, he'd have to be Brother Love.
I don't think he would be because
honestly, what I would have preferred.
I don't think he would have to be.
Okay, let's assume Ted would have been there tonight.
Okay.
It need to been being accompanied by a manager, brother love. From Death Valley, I give to you. That he had to say that again. He had to say it.
Okay, there's one person I got who I think should have been there. Only
Sarah.
It's selfish. It's selfish because we deserved it. We all deserved it. Just for
Sarah.
that one. No, fuck Sarah. Just for
Sarah.
that. Just for the one nod. All we needed was a nod between the two.
Maven.
Sting.
Hey, I appreciate
Have
that.
them both in the same ring at the same time, and Sting just nods at him. Like, that would have been, like, when the lights went out, I understand they did the hologram. That was awesome. But if the lights would have went out after the hologram, and then they come back on, and Sting's behind him, and then everyone's like, oh, shit, he's going to, like, you think it's going to lead to something, but he just shows him respect.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I think that ship has sailed a long time ago.
Like 10 years ago.
No, we don't need a match. We don't need a match.
But still,
like, you can't
what you would have done,
though.
but what you would have done with that is, hey, you're jerking everyone's chain. Yep. Oh, this is a farewell. I appreciate that Vince came out too, even though I said this as I was watching this. That was not my Vince. The Vince that I remember was this fucking. He was an alpha. Man. He was an alpha. A savage.
Vince is broken now, man.
Now he's getting old. It's like, damn, bro. Why? Why, bro? But there's that, okay? He talked about it's the end of the Undertaker, this and that, but I'm like, in my mind, bro. Wait, but it may be true, but until the next Saudi show.
Yeah, 10 years. They got that deal for 10 years. This was the 1 year they had to skip it. Hopefully the Saudi streak stays intact. Go Mansoor.
Oh no! Can you imagine that Mansoor versus the Undertaker, pal?
Dude, let's talk about his last good match though. 2013.
Cesaro, right?
Him and CM Punk.
Oh, I think you were talking about Mansoor.
Oh no, we talk about Mansoor, man.
He's got a streak.
Dolph Ziggler, man. Dolph Ziggler. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
This Undertaker's been broken for a while now.
Okay, I'll say one thing really important about what happened tonight, and this is me because it's like I was contemplating. I'm in the process of working on some shit to get shit started for a podcast, and I've always been thinking how to address the Undertaker situation. Everything that they did, the 30 days leading up into this with the Undertaker specials, I only watched one, and that was the Randy Orton feud one. I feel bad that I watched it, not because I didn't enjoy it, but between that, the Broken Skull sessions, all this stuff where he's out of character, I felt like I couldn't watch it. I felt like it was wrong to watch the last ride. I didn't watch one chapter of that. I couldn't. And that's just me. I'm saying this because Can I guess it?
Can I guess why? And I think I might be right on this one.
Why do you think?
And you guys as well chime in as well. It's because it's not the Undertaker. It's Mark Calloway.
No, that's wrong. It's because I understand now we have Bray Wyatt, and Bray Wyatt's doing an amazing job with his character. But for someone like us, that's the last character that we grew up on.
Hey, one of the movies they released though, the Paul Bearer one.
Yeah,
I suggest that one.
I watched that one.
Now
1,000%.
Now I have closure to watch all this shit.
Okay.
I get what you're saying. I get what you mean. Now, for me, the only thing that I watched was The Mortician. I didn't watch.
Dude, that's where I am too, and that was a fantastic
watch the one on the Orton Taker one. That was real. That's the only thing I watched. I would recommend it because they use a little in-ring terminology where I guess Orton, he opens the whole thing saying something like, he says, I never knew what a receipt was until I feuded with the Undertaker.
Oh shit.
And like that's a backstage term when like if you do a bump that you're not supposed to do, then down the line in a later match, if you have a match with that person, they're gonna cash that shit and they're gonna bump you hard way or some shit. And like just watch it, you'll know what I mean. But that one was really good.
That Untold series is really good though. They do a really good job of that series.
Yeah. I know right now they're doing the Broken Skull session, which I'll watch once this is over with, part 2. I didn't even watch part 1 yet. It's sad, right? I gotta watch both. I will watch both.
Since we're talking Survivor Series and WWE Network specials, I just gotta ask, who watched the Chronicles of Lana?
No, nobody.
Can we get into? I'll tell you.
On his Twitter.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. Can we get into that later? I want to get into that later.
I just had to
matter of fact, let's get into that as we talk about as we get to that match. All right, how about that?
Okay.
All right, I promise you guys. I promise you guys. So you know what? Again, let's just wrap this up on the whole Undertaker thing. I thought overall they did the best they could, the best they could to their ability. Yes, it would have been awesome if there was fans. It would have been awesome, you know, if again he got the proper goodbye, if you will. To me, it should have happened. To me, at the end of the era, that's when it should have happened. WrestleMania 28, for me at least. But things happen. It is what it is. At the end of the day, do I think this is the end of the Undertaker? I want to say yes, but there's a Saudi prince in Saudi Arabia that's just chomping at the bit whenever they bring fans back into the building and all that stuff. And next time they go back to Saudi Arabia to book
money.
Well, in the specials, he mentioned that if Vince needs him, he'll be there in a heartbeat.
Yeah, likely. I would love to see him in the Hall of Fame by himself, like Dave said. I think that would be appropriate. I did like the Paul Bearer hologram.
I did too.
Which I honestly, it's funny because I pitched this in 2013 when he was feuding with Punk and the time that Bearer died. Once Taker won, right? At the time, remember, in 2013, the hologram of Tupac happened as well.
Oh, is that the same year?
No, I think around that time. There was a Tupac concert. Tupac was in a hologram form, right?
He was at, what is that they call that? Coachella or whatever?
I think so, yeah. Something like that. And I pitched the idea, what if at the end of the whole match, as Taker's doing the pose, right? When he gets on his knee, you have a hologram of Paul Bearer. But they never did it, and they did it here tonight. That was awesome.
Did you guys?
2013, I was suggesting that once Undertaker loses, his body blows up, and where his body was, an urn was.
No. It's funny because
imagine if forever Undertaker was just an urn that somebody else picks up, and then the legendary Paul Bearer urn just goes on and on forever. That'd be amazing.
It's funny because you're saying blow up because in the chat, Chief writes here, it felt weird seeing Taker on Hot Ones eating wings.
That was weird.
Yeah, it did. Anyway, go on, dude. I'm sorry.
Did you guys feel weird? I mean, they did it the best they could for the farewell, but did you guys feel weird that okay, they brought out all these people first, then all those people had to clear the ring for Vince McMahon to be there by himself, and then Vince McMahon's gone after the special. I mean, after he says, "Here comes the Undertaker," and then nobody's there to surround the ring or anything to because okay, perfect example when they did the farewell for Ric Flair. Everybody just waited in the ring, and I understand the hologram. I understand it's got to be in darkness and everything, but you would think after showing Paul Bearer, then everybody could come in the ring and give respect, because everybody was there to show respect and say farewell to Taker, and it just it made it. Even if you can't have a crowd, you brought all these people out here to not even give them a handshake.
Well, I feel like it's very safe to say that they're going to do a WWE 24 on this.
Yeah, they probably are.
They're definitely will be recording backstage and shit. And it's like a fucking
no. They just announced a chapter 3 of the Last Ride or something.
Yeah.
And I think they might have filmed the last of it tonight.
Okay.
Probably did.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Anyway,
it's definitely gonna be on some WWE Network special or whatever.
Likely, yeah. Anyway. Let's move on here. Let's get into the actual review. I know we've been talking about Taker and Blockbuster. That's awesome. Fucking awesome, all right? Thank you, Taker. But until the next Saudi, I'll see you at the next Saudi show, all right? Likely.
Thank you, Undertaker. Thank you, Blockbuster.
And thank you, the memories, yeah. Anyway, let's get into the review.
Did you guys watch the pre-show?
I watched the pre-show.
Caught clips of it.
I did.
It was my grandmother's birthday party. So we went to my aunt's house. I watched it there, parts of it. Near the end, I didn't.
Yeah,
I think I didn't miss much. I kind of saw it coming. By the way, the fucking dual branded battle royal, what the prize was nothing really. It was nothing. There was no prize at all.
They weren't even keeping score this whole night.
I was keeping score. I was disappointed the whole night. Yeah,
I mean, if you were, then it was becoming predictable towards the end.
Dude, a massacre tonight.
Yeah, SmackDown Raw got the whooping.
Dude, it was like the main event wasn't even worth it. No, SmackDown got the whooping.
Yeah, SmackDown got the whooping. No, my bad. I'm confusing years here. Okay, I'm sorry.
Raw clinched it. The main event didn't matter.
Yeah. Anyway. I saw the end. I saw it coming a mile away. Miz went through the bottom rope, and it was down to Dominic.
Hold on. We gotta talk about something before that.
The gobbledygooker.
The gobbledygooker. 30 years of the gobbledygooker.
Oh, 30 years.
I-95. Yeah, they debuted same night.
Dude, imagine if Gobbledygooker was the one in the main event and the Undertaker won the 24/7 championship.
Oh my god, I'd laugh my ass off.
Yeah. Well, R-Truth, he came out during the pre-show at the panel, and he was like, tonight's the 30-year anniversary of a phenom of this legendary person, and then he brings up the gobbledygoocher. The
gobbledygoocher. Holy crap.
There's your next t-shirt, the gobbledygoocher for Thanksgiving.
Oh, God.
So they bring him out.
Now.
Yeah, they bring him out, and then Tozawa comes out with a ninja in a ref shirt, and then I'm just gonna say the turkey. The turkey rolled him up, okay, and so 24/7 champ was the gobbledygooper, and then the battle royale happened.
Yo, can we just retire that title already? That title is nothing but a joke.
It's supposed to be, but that's what's making, like, I know R-Truth can do anything amazing. He can turn chicken shit into chicken salad with anything, but it's just like he makes it.
It's like he does. Tozawa, who's a really good wrestler, into nothing but a joke. Like, that whole ninja gimmick is so dumb.
It gives them something to do because
go back to the 205 Live.
Okay. Wait, hold on. I gotta counter this argument. You saying go back to you're saying go to 205 Live. Are you gonna watch 205 Live?
I don't watch 205. I don't watch
exactly.
So he can keep doing what he's doing.
This keeps him on TV doing something that everyone will see.
What about NXT? Go back to NXT. How about that?
He could do that and join up with Boa and whatever.
No.
I just think he's too good for this gimmick, though.
He should just go. He just go to New Japan and be part of Revolution or what the fuck you're calling that gimmick. The Empire with Will Ospreay and. Whatever. Anyway. I know we're bragging on here and shit. Gobbledygooker. I saw the clip of that too. Gobbledygooker won the championship. Likely it was Drew Gulak underneath the costume. All right, that's probably my assumption here. They threw the bird food. R-Truth got the belt back, and there was that.
But during the battle royal, I could read off everybody who was in it because I know we're all pissed off Big E wasn't in it. He was a sure win for me if he was in it to win it.
I have the list here too, by the way.
Oh, you got the list?
I'm the only one without the list.
No, I do not. I do not.
Okay, here's the order of elimination. John Morrison was first. Then Kalisto. Kalisto and Rey Mysterio had good spots back and forth. I'll say that. Okay. So Kalisto, and then Rey, and then Humberto Carrillo, and then they just eliminated all the Hispanics first except for Kalisto, Rey Mysterio, Humberto, Angel Garza, all in that order.
The only one left was Dominic.
Yeah. So then they had Angel Garza, Cedric Alexander, Ricochet, then Shelton Benjamin, then Apollo, then Buddy Murphy, then Robert Roode, then Dolph Ziggler, then Shinsuke, then Elias, then Jeff Hardy, and then there was Chad and Dominic and The Miz, but The Miz went under the rope.
What a shocker.
He was like out, and then like when Dominic came to drop kick him, he rolled back under. That's genius. It's
classic WWE booking though.
Yeah.
It's like every time they do a battle royal, somebody ends up out of the ring waiting until they're like the person thinks he won, then they dump him right over the top.
Yeah,
it happens all the time.
There needs to be a count clock on how long you can stay out.
Yeah, I swear, I think it's like the 5th battle royal in a row that this has happened.
Yeah. So that happened, and then Chad and Dominic were going at it. Chad got eliminated, and then Miz made the set. Miz just came out of nowhere when Dominic thought he won the whole thing.
Interesting. So there's that.
Can I make one more suggestion real quick?
Sure, go ahead, man. Go on, brother.
So the draft happens in the beginning of October now, or was it October or November?
I think so. Yeah.
It just happened.
How about you push the draft from October to November, and you make this the draft night? So it gives something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you get something to work towards.
I think what he means is, okay, it works towards the brand's picks, I'm assuming, right? So let's say the winning brand gets the first pick.
Yeah. Well, it's like the way they used to do it, where it'd be like the
yeah.
And then when you do that, then because people didn't just switch the brand, you can actually have people who want to actually fight for their brand instead of people who are like, oh, I've been on SmackDown for a month and I give a shit that I'm here, you know?
Like
Seth Rollins.
There needs to be some type of purpose as to Survivor Series. Like, I mean, before there was SmackDown versus Raw, they did stuff like GM for a month, you know, like remember when it was Evolution versus that team made up of like
Maven,
Maven, Edge, Randy Orton, and stuff like that. So all like those guys rotated as Raw GM for like a month, a month or something,
and they booked themselves in a world title match, each and every one of them. I remember that.
Yeah, so like that happened, and I think I don't think it has to be like that, but I think like what you can do is it could be like, I don't think we need to constantly see champion versus champion all the time, but what you could do is like if you lead to the main event of the Survivor Series matches where you have 5 SmackDown guys versus 5 Raw guys, the winning team then goes on to main event an episode of either Raw or SmackDown in like a 5-way to determine the new number 1 contender, while the losing team, those 5 guys are out of contendership for a month.
I can see
Fair
that.
enough. I can see that too.
Because I'm thinking either that or like draft picks or like even like if you have to keep score, the winning brand gets number 30, losing brand gets number 1 in the Rumble.
I'd be fine with this just completely dropping the whole SmackDown versus Raw feud too.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, let's move on to the main card. Shall we? To the main card.
Can I make one more point about the Battle Royal?
Shoot away, brother.
Chad Gable at the end was doing really good. This man needs the rocket strapped on him real quick.
He needs to be the guy.
When they did that Kurt Angle storyline about Jason Jordan being his son, Chad Gable should have been his son.
Yeah,
he should have been.
They really missed that whole push with him.
Absolutely.
I think Chad and Otis are going to end up winning the tag titles at some point.
I really hope not. Chad Gable needs to just focus on a singles run.
No, he's like a trainer right now.
This man could be the world championship holder one day. He's got what it takes. I suggest to him maybe just completely leave the WWE because they treat you horribly. Like Shorty G, what the hell is that?
Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
Exactly. But like Miz won. Raw's up 1-0 now. But
yeah. Okay. Anyway, let's get into the main card now. Okay. I'm shocked that they started this match off with what they did. We have Team Raw versus Team SmackDown. We have Team Raw representing with AJ Styles, aka the Skipper,
with Osmos, right? Is that his name?
With Osmosis Jones, I'm assuming. Yeah.
Dude, Omos is too tall to be a manager.
We also have Keith Lee, aka Bro Lee, Shaman versus the fucking Fire Red or Fireface, what have you.
Yeah, Fireface.
Braun Strowman, aka what's his name, Shamu or Mongoose. There you go, Mongoose, and Matt Riddle, aka Dopey, versus Team SmackDown of Kevin Owens, Jey Uso, King Corbin, and Seth Rollins and Otis. Now, I'm looking at this. I'm like, where the fuck was Big E? Not in the Battle Royal, not even this Team SmackDown shit. This was a complete, utter wipeout of Team SmackDown by Team Raw.
There's a lot of top guys missing from tonight's card.
Absolutely. You know what's funny? I saw this burner Twitter account that WWE has, and they're like, "Oh, the Fiend's added to them for Team Raw." I'm like, "What the fuck?" But
No.
I know.
I figured he'd make at least an appearance, either like a Flyer Fun, whatever fucking
Firefly Funhouse.
Yeah.
I really thought that was like I thought Fiend might have interrupted Taker. Like they could have. That was those were the two main.
You're
things.
hoping for one more Taker match, I swear.
No,
I swear to God, he is. I swear to God, you are, bro. Don't cap. Yes, you are.
I don't want to see
Who is that?
I want to see.
You want to see Undertaker in NXT.
No, I want to see Undertaker.
Completely restart your career.
Old people can do really well in the cinematic universe of wrestling.
I don't want cinematic matches no more.
Like he can do good in a cameo. Oh,
Speaking of cameo, hey, we'll talk about that in a bit.
We'll talk. But you know what I'm saying. In a cinematic match, he could pop up out of nowhere,
or a cameo itself, or that's around the point. Anyway, Jey Uso was the last person of Team SmackDown to get eliminated. What shocked me was Seth Rollins being the first one eliminated from Team SmackDown.
That's how they wrote him out.
I say write him out. A bro
got
kick.
His knees scream, do the greater good.
To be a father.
Yeah, I've seen the photos, by the way. God
Which
damn.
ones?
Of all of them, Becky and Rollins, like, okay.
Yeah, have you seen the Photoshop ones of Jericho and MJF, or Becky is the dad, and Seth's head is on Becky, and Vince and people, they just keep changing Vince with someone else. Like people just Photoshop heads on there all the time.
I've seen that. Anyway,
next match was the tag team match, right?
Yes, sir.
Michael Cole said something during the match that I thought was interesting.
Should I?
Michael Cole said Keith Lee and Otis are the new natural disasters.
Oh yeah, then he was talking about earthquakes.
Yeah,
Oh,
earthquake and
no.
typhoon.
No, yeah.
Braun Strowman
God.
drop kicks Otis, but it looks so awkward and unnatural.
Yeah.
What the fuck's going on with Jey Uso? Like, sit down, dude. You're in tag team. Stay in the tag team division.
He can't.
He
He
can't.
absolutely can.
No, his brother's injured.
Yeah.
Then go back
Like
and
that-
commentator. Go commentate WWE main event like you used to do.
Did
I don't want to see Roman Reigns or the Usos anymore. Get out. That act is so overplayed.
Oh.
Roman Reigns is overplayed. Roman Reigns. This should have happened 5 years ago. You guys do realize that.
Paul
This is overplayed.
Heyman said in a recent interview about like the tribal chief character that the reason why it works now versus them doing it 5 years ago or something is it's like, okay, Roman's like 35 and like he actually looks like a grown ass man. Like he looks like someone who would be like a chief or like someone who has battle scars from years of war versus when he was younger, he just looked like a young stud, like someone who was just going into war. So it wouldn't be believable. Now it's believable. Like if you look at him now and you kind of feel like he earned it.
I think he kind of looks the same, to be honest.
I'll get
your 2 cents on that.
All right. I get what he means. Yeah, he's the same in how he looks. But what I do feel like now is that, okay, this is what we all wanted for a long time. He's a badass now. He's probably, let's be real about it right now. You know what? Fuck, let's get into this right now. Let's get into it right now. Roman Reigns and Drew McIntyre.
We'll just fast forward.
We'll get back, but you brought Roman up right now. We'll just brought it up, all right?
Just go right to it.
We go right into it. Yeah, in my opinion, the best match on the show.
Oh,
Hands down.
really?
To me, this was the best match on the show. Granted, they fought. There was nothing on the line. Nothing was on the line here, right? However, they put on what I thought was probably a match of the year contender. In my opinion, I'll go This makes me want to say, hey, John Moxley, Kenny Omega, follow that.
That's next week, right?
Follow that.
No, in 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
And I think at the same time is, for me, yes, it felt like a fight. Yes, the opening part was a little boring, but it picked up. But they went out there and they tore the house down. But again, with this Roman Reigns thing, let's be real about it too. He is doing right now. He is right now the best act in wrestling right now. He is right now. Let's be real about it.
We're talking all wrestling right now.
Right now,
that's a little rough.
The best act right now. The best act right now. Okay, if you want to say WWE, we'll say WWE right now.
Okay, I'll agree with that because
I'll agree because I can't think of any.
It's like
good acts right now.
There's nothing else. Nothing. Roman, just like how he portrays himself, of like, yeah, I knew you could do it. Paul didn't think you could do it, but I knew you could do it. It's just like, it's this feeling of like being like, imagine someone like cocky, like they're so cocky they're gonna tell you, yeah, you and me, we're about to fight. I'm gonna kick your ass, and they're just like calm about it.
But at the same time, though, he's not. People think he's a heel. Roman Reigns is not. He's a babyface right now.
You think he's a babyface?
Think about it. Yeah. If you go on
Tamatanga shit, man, he's
I wouldn't consider himself a babyface.
I'll explain it to you, okay?
All right, explain to me. I'll listen.
So last month's pay-per-view was Hell in a Cell, right?
Yeah.
And what was the first match on the show?
Oh shit, man!
Roman Reigns and Jey Uso. You know why?
Because nobody gives a shit.
No. That's the smirky mentality, but no, the reality.
The match I remember the most. So
that's what the dorks are saying, but no. That's what the radical dorks are saying on the left, but no. The reality is this. Okay, the reason why I opened the show is because, let's be real about it. Roman Reigns knew, hey, you know what? I'm gonna let Orton and Drew close the show. Did they even close the show? I don't recall.
You think he let them close the show? Do you think he had any say of what the match order was?
The tribal chief. Think about it. He knew, hey, listen, they can't follow the act. Let him go first.
Let them try.
Let them steal the. He's gonna go out there and steal the show and tell everyone to follow. And it happened. Let's be real about it.
I get what you're saying.
Also, point number 2 here. There's a tweet that he did a couple of days ago, and I'm like, yo, how can anyone hate on this guy for this? Right now, like, again, the top babyface in the industry right now. He's like, hold on, let me find it. God damn it. Let me fucking find it. God damn it, pal.
Was it a tweet that Roman Reigns posted on Twitter?
I get while you're looking at it, I get where you're coming from.
Telling people, listen, this is what he apparently he quote tweeted this, right? This was literally on the 18th of November, in quote. Apparently WWE promoting safe driving, right?
Yeah.
And this is what Roman posts in the tweet. It is reassuring that slowly but surely we're coming together to find this new normal. Hyundai #DriveForBetter campaign is all about doing good in local communities. Let's all continue to put a smile on faces. He is promoting safe driving.
He has to.
It sounds like he's promoting Honda though.
Hyundai, but think about it though.
Hyundai. It sounds like he got a payday.
Safe driving.
Yeah.
The top, but a baby face.
No, that's
Think about it though. Think about it. He's right now.
That's face of the company mentality, but it's like they also have Drew doing the same shit.
Yeah. It sounds like he got a payday from Honda. That's my suggestion. I don't think he did that just to do it.
No.
But I understand where you're coming from. Like what you're saying is something that I used to really like about the Miz. It's like when you have a heel telling the truth.
Yeah.
A lot of times that's one thing that people don't like they let it pass over their head that a heel can cut a promo to generate boos. But if you're really listening, a heel's telling the truth a lot of times. And what he's saying in a lot of the feud with Jay and like now and shit is like, yo man, like I was groomed for this shit, which he was.
He was.
I'm the face of the company, which he is, and he's telling you straight up, like, yo, like,
no one watches Raw. No one watches Raw.
Like he's just telling it how it is, and it's like he's calm about it. So like you do want to boo him, but it's like if you actually disregard, like if you're a third party, and like you look at the stats or whatever, you're like, you might be right. I used to think that way during the John Cena, Nikki Bella, Miz Maurice feud that led to Mania. Mm-hmm. And I was like, you know what? I think Miz is right. And then like within a year, Miz was right.
Yeah. Anyway, I thought again their match, for what it was worth, was the match of the night, in my opinion.
I love that he's got that finisher. That they added in the guillotine.
Yeah,
I love that he added.
I liked at the same time, to follow back on this too. I feel like Drew, even in defeat, ended up coming off with the win here.
He had it was too soon to just like punk him out with a clean loss. There had to be shenanigans. The only thing that I think needed to happen, and it would have worked on multiple levels because of the fact that like that was the move that he lost to, to show how impactful that move is, that like, yo, you got put to sleep. Yeah. If he never, because did he tap or did he get put to sleep?
He got put to sleep.
Okay, so if he got put to sleep, that should have been the time Miz cashed in.
But they didn't even do, which I'm like, it's happening. It's happening now.
I really thought it like as Roman was walking out, Miz was going to walk past him.
Drew had hit the Claymore. The referee got knocked out too. And the guillotine happened and all that shit. Jey Uso, who was told by his cousin to leave the arena, comes back, hits a super kick and all that shit too.
Do you guys think Roman Reigns could use some new entrance music?
He's working on it. Apparently, it's in the works.
He needs it so badly.
He did say that he will put it out, I guess, when the fans come back. Speaking of new music, also Keith Lee debuted new music too.
Well, it's like all these guys are kind of being forced to get new music because of C Cash Go or whatever. They locked WWE.
I think so. Some of them did. I know Jeff Hardy said he's bringing back more than.
He brought it back for like one episode of SmackDown.
No, he's bringing back.
Really? I didn't know that. I saw that in an interview that he did on WWE.
Yeah, he's bringing back No More Words.
Sheamus did an episode of SmackDown bringing back "Rate Me in the Face." Yeah, that song.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
They did that for one episode just to see if like how it would pop or whatever, but it neither didn't.
It's a shameful place, suffering.
Lobster head.
Anyway.
I don't know, bro. I'm not Jim Johnson, dude.
Anything you guys want to add on to this Roman and Drew match? And how?
I liked it. It was very back and forth. They both looked strong. I honestly thought that like the finish, just having Jay alone come out I thought that could have been a little bit more chaotic just to tell a story, because I was watching something else the night before where they were retelling like a podcast retold TLC 3 that took place on SmackDown, and it was that in the Attitude Era they didn't sell as much, but instead what would happen is after a match there would be like a 5-minute segment after to tie it together. So I think what could have happened is like, okay, Jay comes out, then Daniel Bryan comes out to chase off Jay. Like if it added all this chaos, like the ref got knocked out, Jay comes out to try to screw over Drew, then Daniel comes out to chase off Jay. It's like you kind of know Daniel Bryan's next in line for he's next in line to take on Roman. But they could have done that. They could have done, you got like they're slowly silently telling the story that Sheamus is in Drew McIntyre's corner. What if Sheamus would have came out and chased off Jay? Those are different things that could have happened just to like continue to plant a seed towards feuds. They're like it was one small, this person cost him. So it's really planting the seed just that like, Roman beat him, but he couldn't beat him. He couldn't beat him without all this shit. And I'm banking. This is just me calling my shot. 2 years in a row, Drew McIntyre is winning the Royal Rumble.
Well, let me say something real quick. Wouldn't you think that if SmackDown and Raw actually cared about tonight, wouldn't you think that somebody from SmackDown would actually run out to stop Jey Uso from interfering?
That's why I said Sheamus.
Yeah, it's like I feel like WWE just thinks we're fucking stupid. I swear.
This one wasn't really for any marbles at all. This whole night.
Obviously, Drew McIntyre passed out in the ring, and the Miz didn't jump the barricade.
No, and I mean the guy won on the pre-show, so like you would think he has all the energy. He didn't really take any major bumps, so it's like it would have made sense. It would have been an easy, clean win, and I mean he probably would have held. And who knows how long he would have held it. But
But at the same time, though, it's funny that you mentioned this a couple seconds ago. The idea that Drew probably winning 2 years in a row. So you're suggesting that likely at TLC he loses the title, right?
I'm not sure what's his next feud.
I would say Sheamus, but again, that's kind of if the idea is that that Drew is winning the Rumble and go on to challenge Roman Reigns,
yeah.
So the idea that, hey, Big E, this promise of him getting a singles run, and that's down the drain already to me.
Oh, absolutely.
That's down the toilet.
That's already down in the fucking plumbing system.
Or the idea that, hey, Dwayne is coming back for one match with the Tribal Chief.
Whoa. Hold on a second. No, well, that's plan A. The Rock is plan A. Drew's plan B.
You don't think Drew's plan A and Dwayne's
plan B? They like
because I don't see Dwayne being in the Thunderdome. I don't think Dwayne would appear during.
I don't see a lot of things happening in the Thunderdome that are happening. But it's the Thunder.
You think The Rock would wrestle in front of nobody? Because I can't imagine that.
I mean, this is as sucky as this year is. This has actually been Vince McMahon's most profitable year in a long.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
so I don't think The Rock would wrestle for.
He's got the money.
He's got the money, but I don't think The Rock's really. I don't think he's that much needing money though.
But it's not like for The Rock when it comes to the WWE, it's not about the money.
That's exactly my point. It's for the fans and it's for.
Well, no, this one would be more so. It would be for his. Is Roman his cousin?
Yes, they're cousins.
It would be for his cousin to put him over and be like, this is how I like. He needs a little bit more seasoning to establish everything.
Anyway, let's move on here, okay? Let's get into the next match here. Again, we just had to get into the Roman thing right away because we just had to. Yeah. It's the Street Profits versus the New Day.
Does Montez Ford not piss anybody else off, or is it just me?
I'm sorry?
Does Montez Ford not piss anybody else off but me?
How so?
It's just very annoying.
Oh, how so though?
Like in the promo when him and Angelo Dawkins are just singing and dancing in the back.
That went a little too long. I will admit that.
Yeah, I guess so.
Like the moment you mention Shawn Michaels, you don't have to sing the whole song.
Yeah, exactly. And then he thinks it's funny when his eyes go all buggy. He just reminds you of a shitty YouTuber.
I guess so.
He reminds you of like there's like some WWE YouTuber who like always does that shit and he's like over dramatic. It's like, bro, calm down.
Do I know how he looks? Do I know who he is?
I think he's like a WWE 2K gamer.
Oh, I don't know then. Oh, okay. Anyway. I did like the fact, and again, I'm not an Xbox player. I'm a PS4 guy. The New Day, they came out with Big E. And they wore their Gears of War. I guess they're part of the DLC that's coming out for Gears of War. Yeah, I think so. And again, I don't have it, so I guess it's cool. I'll say as well. This is probably another match you should go out of your way and watch. I feel like two teams went out there and they tore it up. That's what I saw here. It sucks though because and I know that Solomon said it on his show as well. Mm-hmm. This should have been a unification
to end the tag team brand split.
You still have the brand split, but just have one tag team champion. That's it.
Unified. The end of the tag team brand split. So all tag teams can appear on every brand.
I know this is off topic for one quick second because we're talking like brand split unification shit. Does it bother you guys that people? I mean, I understand this pay-per-view was SmackDown versus Raw and shit, but does it bother you that R-Truth, Nia Jax, and Shayna Baszler don't show up on any show but Raw, even though they were drafted? Their titles allow them to go anywhere.
Yeah, it is weird.
I just got to say that real quick.
Nobody, they don't care about the 24/7 or the women tag team titles.
But they made it perfectly clear when they announced the tag team titles
this
that they
time
can be
next
defended
year,
anywhere.
This time next year, both those titles are going to be in NXT.
I hope so.
Just like the Cruiserweight title is.
Yeah. Anyway.
The tag team match, I do want to say, it's not that I didn't want the Street Profits to win, because going the weeks going into Survivor Series, they actually played it off kind of heelish, and I really thought that if they were gonna win, because like there's not a real major heel tag team on either. Well, no, there is on Raw, Hurt Business. But
yeah.
On SmackDown, they don't have that, and I think that would have been a good moment, because the one promo where Big E like really came at them and shot back and was like, "No, you guys are like New Day Light. You're Diet New Day," and like that would have been a wake up call. Like, oh shit, like all we do is entertain. We're just like you. And like if they would have just got serious and like they didn't have to win clean, like it could have been a cheap win of some sorts. I don't know who in the universe of wrestling or whatever. Some people are saying, "Oh, why? How about Big E turns on New Day and aligns with the Street?" No, I don't. Let me. That would have been
that'd be stupid.
Yeah, it really would have been.
But it would have been a good time for those two to turn heel.
What about the Street Profits wearing the Damian Lillard Ric Flair shoes?
Were they really?
Yeah, they were Damian Lillard Ric Flair shoes.
Wow.
The Damian Lillard Max.
I'll say this too. I feel like, as well, like, and again, this is me. Like, can we all agree that the Street Profits have leaps and bounds improved so much?
Definitely, they've improved in the ring perfectly. Like, I mean, they're not perfect, but you know.
Yeah, exactly. It just sucks that because eventually it's gonna happen. The breakup will happen, and Montez will go on his way and have a successful singles run. But yeah, then here's Angelo Dawkins. Like, damn, bro.
Going back to NXT.
I think that they'll do something really stupid, and like I just really feel like when it comes, because it's like, have you ever like seen WWE do something real stupid with a split and they push the wrong one? Like, like they give the wrong person the push, and then the other person proves like I was the better choice. Like you should have pushed me
like
first.
Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty.
I don't know if that's
that was a joke.
I don't know if that's the best. I don't know if that's the best example. I'm trying to think of a good one. I know it's happened before. Okay. For like after they split up Miz and Morrison, for a while they pushed Morrison.
I'll be honest. I think they got that one right.
No, Miz is.
They're both really good. They're both really
good. They're both really good, but like prior to Morrison leaving, Miz was the promo guy, and that's what I hate saying it.
In 2009, who do you think would be better, Morrison or the Miz? You know.
No, that's what people thought. It's just like over time, who proved who wrong, and that's why like Morrison's in a sidekick.
On that. Yeah.
Sidekick. He's in a sidekick role right now, but it's just like I feel like they would act like if Vince is still alive during and causes this breakup, he would push Angelo Dawkins.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
It sounds horrible saying that, but he'd be like, you know what? There's something about that Dawkins. I like that Dawkins.
I think Ford's the only reason they're on the main roster.
What?
I think Montez Ford is the only reason they're on the main roster.
Well,
I think they'd still be on NXT.
I like Montez. Like Montez, like he will be good by himself. Like he even if like he gets screwed over and they push Dawkins, he would prove people wrong. Like, no, you need to be watching me. That's what I was trying to get across.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on here because we have here let's see here. The Street Profit. Champion versus champion. We have Bobby Lashley, who's the U.S. champion, versus Sami Zayn, who's the Intercontinental champion. This match was a dud. I'm sorry. I didn't give a shit about this match.
Before this match started, there's a promo for the WWE Network, and it included the Liv Morgan commercial.
Wait, there's a Liv Morgan commercial?
There's a Liv Morgan documentary coming out.
Why are they doing this?
I don't know. This is my first time I heard about it. Like, who... That's gonna straight up have 0 views.
I mean, at the very end of Survivor Series, they're promoting a docu thing on Yokozuna. That's worth watching.
Dude, absolutely. I would love to watch a Yokozuna documentary.
Okay. I think so. In case you guys don't know, what WWE does this time of the year, they promote what's coming on the WWE Network. Right. New seasons of this, new seasons of that, and these 2 documentaries. It was reported a couple days ago that Liv Morgan was filming a documentary. To my understanding, Joey Janela from AEW praised Liv Morgan for this. So there's that too. Honestly, I look forward to seeing it for what it's worth. But back to this match though. It was a dud. No one cared. So there's that. 2 heels going at it. A couple times, the members of the Hurt Business was talking shit to Sami Zayn, but eventually, Sami Zayn fell victim to the Hurt Lock. This match
Sami Zayn needs to quit. He needs to go to AEW. He needs to get El Generico back. He needs to get El Generico back. This man's treated like a joke.
Not really.
Not really. No.
I like what they were doing.
Let me ask you this question. Okay, time out. Let me ask you this question. Okay, Biz.
Okay, I'm listening.
Imagine. Okay, you're saying he should go back to being El Generico.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
Yep.
Now let me ask you this question. Imagine. Okay, now I want your reaction to this. Okay. Imagine if Sami Zayn was Sami Zayn on the independent scene, right?
Yeah.
Tearing it up and killing it, right?
Making millions, baby.
Killing it on the independent scene. Ring of Honor, PWG, Japan, all that shit, right?
Uh-huh.
Killing it, right? With the likes of Kevin Steen, the likes of Jay Briscoe, the likes of Davey Richards, you name it, right?
Yeah,
Kenny Omega.
2009 again.
Exactly, right? And then he gets excited at WWE, right? You're all happy for him. And then the next thing you know, they have him wearing a mask, calling him El Generico. How would you feel about it then?
I'd be fine with it.
But again, you don't know what the El Generico character is going to be about. You have no idea.
Yeah.
You have no clue that he's going to be the generic luchador, that he is a Canadian Muslim, that he is a Canadian Muslim who is supposed to be Mexican, but he's not.
What he's saying is, once you go to WWE, and then even if Sami Zayn was to leave back for the independents
he's not going back to that mask.
No, or to AEW or whatever. The moment you hit WWE status, you're basically like that. Like that's where your name is. Where it's like, there's a reason why people, when they leave WWE, they get what is it? FKA.
Yeah, formerly known as.
Yeah, they get a formerly known as, because that's what's drawing in the
indie booking.
Yeah, the indie booking.
Like, do you guys remember how badass he was when he first came in? Like NXT 2014,
he was
the Fatal 4-Way takeover.
He was the underdog who couldn't win.
Compare
won.
This Sami Zayn to 2020 Sami Zayn versus Bobby Lashley, where Sami Zayn's acting like Hollywood Hogan against his feud with Goldberg in WCW.
I understand the Sami Zayn gimmick right now, and it's like, he's the guy who like overthinks shit, and it's like, prior to this match, it was working. Like how he handled the unification ladder match. It's just like, well, I mean, I won. I won. I won. All I had to, I didn't have to risk my body. I didn't have to do this and that. I won. All I had to do was handcuff these fools. He's a strategist, and it's just like that. That's where his gimmick is right now. It's not about being political. It's not about this and that. And it's like, I mean, he beat Apollo Crews by tying him under the ring, and it's like, that would have been good for this match, knowing that all the matches prior between Sami and Bobby, when Bobby Lashley first came back, that Bobby Lashley won all those. So it's like we see something different that Sami won, and you keep his character going of that he can outsmart you. That's the whole thing. Some wrestlers, that's what they're known as someone. There's a reason Edge was the ultimate opportunist. Yeah, he could wrestle in the ring, but he outsmarted you.
Yeah.
And that's Sami Zayn right now, in comparison to being like a good talent who just can't quite get there. That was NXT Sami Zayn. He couldn't quite get that one big win, and then when he finally got it, that's why it meant so much more.
You got that pyro. I could see him being world champion in WWE as his original Sami Zayn gimmick.
I mean, yeah, but eventually, again, everyone goes through changes, though, man. Everyone goes through change. But this match was worth. I didn't care for it. Moving on here, because there got also a couple topics we're gonna talk about. We'll do a little rapid fire in just a sec here as well. Let's get into this one.
Women's match.
Yes, the women's match: Sasha versus Asuka.
Is that Snoop Dogg singing her entrance music now?
Yes.
Yeah, that's her cousin.
Her cousin, yeah.
I know that's her cousin, but
yeah, they just what they did was they sampled her WrestleMania entrance from like her first WrestleMania when they brought back the women's championship, because that's basically everything he said during that entrance.
Yeah,
How
basically.
much do you guys think that cost?
Probably free because it's her cousin.
Yeah.
Probably it's free.
You think it's free? You think Snoop Dogg would do that for free?
It's her cousin, bro.
Yeah, but still, it's still business.
Yeah, but it's family though, bro.
Yeah, pull some.
Let me ask you a question. Would you charge your family?
And he's a WWE fan, so I
wouldn't look at it like charging Sasha. I would look at it like charging Vince.
It was free. I'm calling it as free.
You're calling it free?
I'm calling it as free.
That's really nice.
Well, he's a WWE fan. He's done work with them in the past, but more so
he's a WWE Hall of Famer.
He is a Hall of Famer.
Is he a Hall of Famer? Damn.
Yeah.
That's
but more so, he's affiliated with his that's his cousin, and it was to benefit her. So I think this was a freebie.
There you go with that.
Yo, this match was the 10-year anniversary of the WWE action figures too. Did you guys see that?
I saw the commercial.
Yeah, so like they were doing like weird animation, like freaking Robot Chicken stuff.
When the match started, like this match is brought to you by WWE Mattel. It was like on the bottom left of the screen. Yeah. Like 10 years of excellence.
Yeah. Sasha and Asuka though, I thought the match was worth. I mean, it just felt the same like they've had at SummerSlam. It felt the same like they were doing at the Performance Center. I mean, again, they were good matches, but when you see them, you've seen them all.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what shocked me though was Sasha got the win. That's what shocked me.
That shocked me. What shocked me more was win, lose, or draw, no Carmella.
Yeah.
That was a weekly thing of like Carmella was like, you need to watch your back, and like Sasha wouldn't watch her back and she got laid out. It's like I'm surprised that the match like that was. I mean, like unless you were keeping score, then you kind of knew, like they can't have Asuka win. But if she was gonna win, that's why she was gonna win. And then like after Sasha won, I'm like, okay, Carmella's about to come lay you out, and it didn't happen. So it's like it's storytelling. You gotta continue the story, and it's just like. It's a little bit of frustration that they couldn't even do that. You know, like, yeah.
What about you, Biz? What about you?
During the match, she said that she was the blueprint, and I thought that was funny because I thought of Matt Morgan.
Yeah, me too.
But besides that, I don't know. It was an okay match.
I liked it.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, now let's get on to the moment that Dave wanted to talk about here. The Women's Survivor Series matchup here. I think after this, we basically talked about every single match, right?
Yeah. After this,
okay,
because we covered the main event early.
Yeah. Team Raw versus Team SmackDown.
Worst match of the night.
Yes, oh my God. Team Raw consists of Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, Lacey Evans, Peyton Royce, and the person that was not supposed to be tagged in the match, Lana. Team SmackDown, Bianca Belair, Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, Bayley, and Natalya. I'm going to say this right now. They shitted on Bianca Belair here tonight.
She could have been the sole survivor, and
she should have
eliminated all 4 of those women by herself.
I'm gonna say this right now, and Dave, I know you want to talk about this so badly, but let me just chime in. Real quick. Yes, I did watch Chronicle. I watched it.
Wow.
I watched it during my listen. I finished the last of my blunt that I had right during my lunch hour. And I'm watching this shit. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna watch it.
Man.
Listen. The message of the Chronicle was, okay, yes, these wrestlers are human beings.
Mm-hmm.
I get that. Okay.
Yeah.
Everyone's a human being. We all have feelings and shit, right? Not everyone makes it to WWE. Not everyone does, right? Do they deserve the hate? No. Does she deserve the hate? Absolutely not. Now listen. I am not saying that she's this amazing wrestler. She's not. She's not Molly Holly. Okay?
No.
She's not. Hell, she's not even Serena Deeb right now.
Right.
By no means at all. Hell,
that's a whole other topic.
But I'll say this though, she is, for what it's worth. But the point of the matter is this, okay? I think again, it was such a coincidence.
Yeah.
That they come out with this Chronicle. Yeah, she just so survived.
Did they announce that on Monday?
I don't remember. I just saw
I think it was like Monday or something. They're like, oh, a Chronicle's coming out on Sunday.
Now, granted, I don't recall that. Hey, someone just sent me like, okay, this Chronicle's happening. Gotta watch them. Like, yeah. I think it was you yesterday.
It was me. I was like, are you watching that, or am I gonna watch it? Someone had to take the bullet for the team, because it's like the moment they announced this before Survivor Series, I was like, you just spoiled the shit. What? Yeah. Because you really just spoiled the shit, and it's like.
But my thing is this, okay? For the last 9 weeks, Lana has been taking table bump after table bump after table bump.
Yeah.
For 9 months. My bad, for 9 weeks. Holy shit, can you imagine for 9 months? Oh my. That's the whole pandemic, okay? That's the whole fucking pandemic. For 9 months, this chick has taken a hit on the table, right?
That's how you write someone off.
And I'm like, okay, where's the payoff, though, in this shit? This is not it.
Hell no.
Was their attempt at this was not. And listen, we can talk about who eliminated who. Who gives a fuck? Who gives a flying fuck right now? Let's talk about the fact that they had an opportunity here, okay, to make someone from the SmackDown brand, Bianca Belair, $1 million tonight. Make her come off like $1 million. They had the opportunity, right?
Yeah.
Now, did I like the way they did it? No.
Hell no.
This should have been Bianca Belair mopping the floor with the Raw roster.
Okay. I'll say this just in regards to the situation at hand. Even if you have to do this where Lana is going to be the sole survivor, there was a better way. Like, first of all, before the match even started, she should have went through a table. That should have been the first thing to simply there's your spoiler. She's going to be out of this whole match. I would have preferred her being laid out the entire match and then crawling in at the last minute versus how they did it, of just having her stand there and she wins by default doing nothing. That was so insultful. But the big payoff would have been Nia Jax should have got eliminated first. That's what should have happened, in my opinion. They didn't do that. Nia was still in the match. Not Shayna. Nia, Shayna, and Lacey were all. And no, my bad. Yeah, I just fucked up. Oh, yeah, because she was the sole survivor. Like, dude, that's how frustrated I was about this.
Who else is worried about Nia Jax's weight, though?
I don't go there.
I'm just saying.
I don't go there either, man.
I don't want to.
No.
Wrong words.
I'm not shaming anybody. I'm just bringing up a fact.
Don't do that. Not here. Not.
If you're gonna like the correct terminology on this one is she she's hazardous.
No. She
No,
is,
because
she's
still. Would you still consider her green, or do you consider her hazardous?
Listen, man. Let me say something right now. Nia Jax is one of the safest workers in the industry today.
Nia Jax.
Now, wait. Now, below what I'm saying right now, there could be a lower third saying this claim has been disputed. If you get what I'm saying, I'm trolling right now, obviously.
Right.
Listen, I think that she was called up way too soon.
Way too soon. Like
way
3 years too soon.
Yes.
Like she should actually still be in NXT.
That's the best way to go about it.
Yes, I don't want to body shame no one. I don't want to call him this and that.
It's not body shaming.
You got to remember. The problem is though, we are in this cancel culture bullshit now. And anything that we say, and again, I don't care really. You feel what I'm saying?
Demonetization.
And I don't even care about the monetization or not. Because again, I said this on Twitter a couple of days ago. There's a lot of these dorky podcasts, these dorky YouTubers that you might be listening to, okay? That treat this shit like a job. Like their full-time job. They treat this shit like the fucking job, right? And they get a check. And you know what? For those people, I'm happy for you. I'm happy that you get a check. I want you to succeed. But here's the reality. This is what they will not tell you. A lot of these YouTubers and podcasts that make this shit like a job, they are the ones that walk on eggshells at the end of the fucking day.
Got you.
I want to clear up one thing I said.
People, go ahead. I'm sorry, brother.
I don't mean to body shame. That's not what I meant.
Okay.
I'm just saying that you're very unsafe. You're very for these women out there. You're 3 times the size of them.
That's right there, body shit.
There you go.
There you go, bro.
There you go.
And you got to remember one thing, bro. A lot of these wrestlers today, the one thing they love to do is vanity search themselves. I'll give you the best example. My homie, Chase Oliver, you already know who he is. Chase, the homie Chase, all the way in California himself. The Young Bucks blocked him.
Why?
I guess for some shit that he said a long time ago. This is the time, I guess, remember that whole segment at the end before the year ended, when it was the dark order, and they did the whole air punching shit, and that was the terrible segment.
Yeah, that was last year.
Yes, and when that happened, I guess the Young Bucks did like a vanity search on themselves, and they saw what the fuck people were saying, and they went on this blocking spree.
That's ridiculous.
So keep that in mind. In today's wrestling culture, bro, a lot of these wrestlers, regardless of the promotion, they will search themselves. And I said this a while ago. I got this dorky news reporter, right, from a big wrestling website who lives in Cincinnati who blocked me. We'll just leave it at that. Point is, though, again, at the end of the day, God, I forgot the fuck I was saying right now.
I think the point that you're saying is just like, you got to be careful with what you say, even if like you don't get feedback right away. Someone like it's the internet, man. Even if like this video got deleted, you don't know that like after the first stream, someone could have found a way to download this shit and then just had it on file. Like listen, we don't give a fuck about. That's the point.
We don't give a fuck about the women's match. Let's get into the next segment right now. Speaking of going back in time and shit, did you guys see this Louis dude on Twitter? Did you hear about this, Dave?
You're gonna have to explain this to me. I'm not on Twitter yet. What about Louis?
Well, this article that popped up a couple of days ago. So there's a fan who apparently talked about his time working in AEW. And the story was, I guess he was working through an agency, what have you. Yeah. And they were giving him, apparently, it's a fucking long story, okay? It's just a fucking long as of a story. But to summarize it, apparently Cody thought of them as a creep. to the point where Cody did not want him to be in the same building as him. Apparently, there were talks of whenever Cody would be in the building, he would have to literally be locked in a room and asked to go to the fucking bathroom. Why does it sound
so familiar to like what we talked about in regards to the Elite Deletion with Rebby Hardy?
I don't
you know what he said?
But one thing though, back to this whole Lana thing though. Again, they shit on Bianca Belair. Lana was on the fucking steel steps. But again, who gives a fuck about this shit? They ruin everything. But back to this whole thing though, okay? So I guess he got let go or he quit his job, whatever. But again, he was not trying to shit on AEW. He was trying to talk down on the company he was working for.
Oh,
right?
The booking company or whatever?
I guess so, yeah. Something like that. If I can just find it right now, hold up. Louis. I'll just type in Louis Cody Rhodes. Because why the fuck not, right?
What if that was Cody Rhodes' whole name? Like his first name is Louis?
Hey, life with
Louis Cody Rhodes. Like that's his whole name.
Louis Anderson, ma'am. Louis Anderson.
Well, the professional name would have been Lucifer Cody Rhodes. But you can call me Louis.
Anyway, so the guy breaks down his experience working for AEW. Again, he loved it and all, but he was just crapping on his boss, right? On his boss and shit, right? So there was that too. So he pulled these long fucking statement on Twitter, like he went on notes on his iPhone or his phone, whatever, and he typed in, he took screenshots, and he posted them on Twitter, and again, people were feeling bad for him because holy crap, how could Cody be such a dick, right? How can Cody be such a fucking dick? And all that stuff, right? And then, but again, one thing that we've learned, whenever you mess with someone from AEW, expect for the elite cult fan base to try to dig up shit on you. And that's what they did. And that's what...
You're not in love with Cody Rhodes. Like, you're the enemy, bro.
And that's what the AEW diehards did. They dug up tweets of his from like 2013, 2018.
That's horrible.
Talking about, I guess, putting Cody Rhodes in a barbecue, some shit like that, or sucking on something of Cody Rhodes. And another one, it was a racial tweet. Apparently, calling someone the F word that ends in a G, saying this other N-word thing. Apparently, the guy went on to say, "Oh, you know what? I was trying to be cutting edge. I was trying to get into the comedy business, but it didn't work out." He regrets what he said and all that shit. But
it's like the whole thing with Sammy Guevara or whatever with Sasha Banks. Remember that?
Yeah. But but you got to remember though, at that time though, Sammy was in his early 20s, and it was dumb. But should he been fired for that? No. But in this case though, this is a guy. Think about this though, who went on Twitter, let it all out, right? Whatever the fuck happened.
Yeah.
And then it kind of backfired on him because, again, people went back and found his shit. At the same time, to me, it comes off like here's a guy who just, I know Don Tony said this as well, who just want to get Twitter fucked. Couple likes here and there. Again, listen, I believe that, yes, the wrestling industry has this nice thing, at the same time has its shady moments. It really, really does. Look at Zelina Vega right now. Listen. I'm sorry, Tia Trinidad, right? When she got let go, she wanted to talk to Vince, and Vince didn't want to talk to her, and gave her the boot, gave her the escort out of the building. We don't even know. We don't even know she got her shit back. We don't even know. But I find it funny though that Tia today started streaming on Twitch at 7 p.m. What a coincidence, right?
You think she was made just an example of, though?
Yeah, I think that's what it was. Like,
I
listen, bro.
I think she's making a ton more money right now than what she did in WWE.
That's
why.
That's why. That's exactly why. Once they like the OnlyFans thing was the last straw because of the fact that she did it when. Yeah, I mean we talked about this already, Steve. But she did it when when they were already. Vince doesn't want people to have a side hustle. That's just it. He doesn't want people making money unless they have a say so in it. That's technically, to some degrees, as some people say, it's slavery.
Speaking of cameo, though, how about the Undertaker?
And that's WWE pecking order. Then, now, forever.
So speaking of cameo, the Undertaker.
He did 30 of them.
He did 30 cameos, charging for a low price of $1,000. Now, granted, this was on the WWE cameo account, I'm assuming.
Was this announced like a week after?
I think a couple of days it was announced. But again,
he could probably do cameos though, because he has a Legends contract though.
But here's the thing, though, it's not. You understand, though. We're talking about what, 30 cameos, $100,000, and it sold out.
$30,000.
30 grand from which, out of that 30 grand, cameos getting their cut, WWE's gonna get their cut, and so will Taker from the WWE cut.
But still, that before all deductions.
But here's the thing, factor this, and I know people were upset. Oh, how dare they? How can they do that? It's Undertaker.
Mm-hmm.
This is the peck. No. Fuck the pecking order. Taker carries more weight than Tia. I'm sorry.
Oh, dude, that's having
anyone who, again. Oh, but how come Tia can't do this and that? Listen, Taker's name just carries more weight.
Okay, let me ask this one question about this. Do you think this was Taker saying, "Hey, man, I want to do some cameos before I hang up the boots"? Or do you think WWE saying, "Hey, you're about to hang up the boots. We want you to do this"?
This was event. I think this was the WWE creative thing. Honestly, I think this was their marketing attempt. And again, one thing I said this last week when Zelina was charging a fucking $1,000 for fucking 10 photos, right?
On OnlyFans.
Yeah. So wrestling fans are very, very gullible. They are very giving. They have no problem dropping cash like that. And I said this on Twitter. And I think people kind of misconstrue what I said here. And I said that wrestling fans can drop all the bread on merchandise, on what have you, before the pandemic. When wrestlers when there were indie shows, right, left and right, fans would drop money on pre-sale tickets, on meet and greets, on promo packages, and all that shit, right? Early release merchandise, title belts. We're talking in the thousands of dollars, right?
Yeah,
like that. But yet they can't put a fucking down payment on a car.
Right.
But it's normal though. In the wrestling community, that's fucking normal. At the same time though, it's also normal, let's say in the sneaker community, in the gaming community. It's normal though.
In the NBA community.
What happened?
I'll say this.
What happened?
Go ahead.
What community?
The NBA community.
That too is normal as hell. It's normal, right? Yeah. But this is what I'm saying, though. Fans will fork over $1,000 because Undertaker.
No. Dude, it's like the LeBron shoes, bro.
Bro, people, think about it, bro. People forked over $1,000. 30 people. Yeah,
30 people
they did because it's Taker. It's the fucking Undertaker.
The people who did it will do it again, too.
Can you imagine, bro, some dorky podcaster out there? Or some dorky YouTuber? It's your boy. Your boy.
We were really taking shots, man. I know I did, but
it's your boy. It's your boy.
Yeah,
your boy.
Well, some people buy like cameos to get their introductions done with.
Exactly. Do you have any idea how many of them had jumped?
I do it for Steve.
Yeah, he does.
Like if you're gonna do it, my thing is this: if you're gonna do it, let there be purpose. Like, okay, I'll say this right now: the most I spent on a cameo was like $200, but
yes,
it was because one, it was Kevin Owens. Two, I did it because my friend got married. It was a wedding gift.
Oh, if it's a wedding gift, if it's a wedding gift,
yeah, exactly. We're in pandemic now, right? I I would not spend more than $40 on a cameo right now if I was gonna do it. And I'm actually thinking about doing another one, but that's the most I would spend.
Who are you thinking of?
That I can't tell you that.
Why not?
Secret.
Because like it's a surprise, man. We're going into Christmas season.
Yo, message me, bro. I want to know, dude.
You'll know if you continue to tune into the Hill.
Bro, of course, I always.
You know, he's
I'm subscribed, bro.
Yeah, there you go. You'll know.
I stopped by Impact Wrestling Bound for Glory, which was 100 times better than this pay-per-view. Dude, Heath Slater, baby. Said that main event sucked on that card.
I wouldn't.
You don't think that card was better than this card?
From a wrestling standpoint, From a wrestling standpoint, yes.
I'm gonna do you a favor. I'm gonna do you a big favor, man. Because it seems like you watch a big diversity of wrestling. I'm gonna need you to trade up Impact for MLW. All right.
I don't like MLW. I can't get MLW. I'm sorry, I can't.
Whoa. You must be that special person who probably watch ROH right now.
I watched the first episode. I don't really like how it is right now, though.
How is it? I mean, they're both. I mean, let's be real about it. How is? And again, listen, I try to watch.
Arena. It is empty arena.
Listen, I try to watch Impact. To be fair, I try to give Impact the benefit of the doubt. But I'll be honest, I don't have access TV. If I have to watch Impact,
you have Twitch.tv, bro.
Exactly.
No, they got booted.
I do watch along some Tuesdays.
Listen. But now listen. You know what kills me though when I'm watching the show on Twitch, and I said this a little before. I'll say it again.
I know.
Melissa Santos,
dude. That's why
she is the bleeding fucking shit.
Okay, that's why everybody in your chat has to follow me on all your chatters on YouTube. Gotta follow me on Twitch because we don't watch those on my channel. When her sorry ass comes on, see,
I can't say that because.
And I said this before. I said this before. Listen, Impact Wrestling. Yeah. And I can't believe we're talking about Impact right now. And a fucking
I got some news for you.
No. Hear me out though.
Yeah.
If you really want her to use Twitch, it cannot be from a fucking iPhone. It cannot be from an iPhone. You need to train her how to use OBS. Train her to use XSplit or where the fuck or Streamlabs OBS.
Yeah.
You have to train her how to use it.
It's like whenever she's on screen, the chat just fills up with Brian Cage comments too. Like, where is Brian? What's Brian doing?
Brian's right now preparing for Team Task right now.
He's like, technically, Brian Cage doesn't exist in the Impact Wrestling community right now, so we can't actually talk about him.
Well, Brian is in Jacksonville.
Dude, I swear, I streamed. So what I do is I mute her from my stream, so I listen to her. Dude, I swear to God, she always eats during the streams. Her kid's always running around like a maniac. She's always late somehow. So it does that annoying like Impact Wrestling music, and it just plays nonstop. It's awful. I do it sometimes. It's really rare that I do it now because it's really annoying.
I'm just gonna say personally that like if there's a big like they don't do big fours in Impact anymore, but they kind of do.
They have, I feel like, the big two.
Yeah, Summerversary Bound for Glory.
Yes, I miss Lockdown, but then again, listening to Bruce Pritchard, we talked about TNA Part 1 and Part 2. Yeah, when you think about it, every match being in the cage was kind of a shitty idea.
Lockdown was supposed to be back, but the pandemic ruined it.
Right.
Yeah. The pandemic ruined it for a lot of people. But I feel like when I watch Ring of Honor, and again, I saw parts of the Pure Title tournament.
They brought that back.
They brought back the Pure Title.
Wasn't it Jonathan? The Octopus?
Jonathan Gresham. He won it. Who's nailing?
Married.
She's married to Jordan Grace. So there you go.
Who's married to Jordan Grace?
Jonathan Gresham. Jonathan Gresham.
Oh, is he? Wow.
Yes, he is. But anyway. Dave, did you watch the restart?
The restart
of MLW?
I know.
So they have.
They're on Wednesday. They're on Wednesday.
Has the restart happened yet?
Yeah, it already happened already.
Oh, okay.
Episode one's already up.
They're on TV and they're on Wednesday, which is the worst day right now.
But to be fair though,
wow, that is
but to be fair though, they're an hour before Dynamite and NXT.
Are they only an hour? Are they only an hour, or are they two?
Yes, they're only an hour. So when you think about it, think about this though, right? Yes, Wednesday is a new wrestling night for a lot of the, the smarky, fans out there, right? Yeah. So AEW, MLW is like the appetizer, almost. Like, okay, we know that you're gonna watch NXT and Dynamite, but let us warm you up. Let us give you the small sample real quick.
Yeah,
it's on YouTube. I know they're also on The Zone. They're also on Bein Sports as well. But that's the vibe I get. And then after you watch Dynamite, NXT, make your pick.
I think you're asking too much for being on a Wednesday.
At the same time, though, there's just way too much wrestling. Even during the pandemic, there's way too much wrestling right now.
I remember there was a time period. I was the one person who tried to do the overload. Like, I would fill up my week, and then I'm talking Raw, SmackDown. For a little while. So I had Raw, SmackDown, Impact. This is when it was still on Thursdays. So I had Raw, SmackDown, Impact. Okay, and then if there's a pay-per-view, I'd take care of that on the weekend. This is before AEW. There was Lucha Underground. I would somehow, some way, depending on what the card was going into it, I would watch Main Event. And I was watching that. Then they introduced 205 Live.
Oh, bless your soul.
You watched Main Event during the life cycle of 205 Live?
Bless your heart, Dave. Bless your heart.
At one point, I was watching all this. So there was Monday. There was Raw. There was 205 Live. I somehow found Main Event sometimes. There was NXT. There was Impact the next day. Then there was SmackDown. And if there was a pay-per-view on top of all that, 6 out of 7 days was wrestling.
Dude, that's my biggest complaint about WWE back in that day. It was pay-per-view, 3-hour Raw, 2-hour SmackDown, and then a 1-hour 205 Live. Yeah. And then Thursday was NXT or Wednesday. I don't remember now.
Like now you're pushing it. If you do Raw, like I guarantee. Like I feel bad because I didn't watch the Walter Dragunov match. I feel I have not watched it. Like when it aired.
Shame on you.
No, when it aired, I didn't watch it. I need to go and just like watch it on my own time. But what I'm saying is the reason I didn't watch it is because of how much wrestling is in 1 week. Like my regulars are Raw, and I'm watching Raw the next day because of DVR. So I DVR Raw, and then I normally watch it like around midnight. So the next night I'm watching Raw. Then I got Then I got midnight airing of AEW. I watch NXT on the network, so I don't get it till Friday. And it's just like if I wanted to, I could jam in there NXT UK.
You know what I've done as of late? On my iPhone, right? Mm-hmm. I've downloaded the TNT Drama app and the USA Network app.
Okay.
And also the Fox app, right?
Yeah.
So what I've done is at my morning job, because in the morning I work for UPS.
Right.
In the airport hub, right?
Bro, you work at the airport?
Yeah, for Newark Liberty. Yeah.
I work for the airport.
You work at the airport. You work at the airport.
What airport you work at?
Syracuse.
No, I work for Newark Liberty, but it's for UPS though, right?
American Airlines, bro.
So we unload and reload their cargo planes, right?
Yeah.
God bless you, dude.
So basically, I'm outside. I'm eating the cold. I'm just eating all that. I'm outside. So
you said you're from New Jersey, right?
Yeah, from Jersey. Yeah,
I'm from New York, bro. I know exactly what you're talking about. Like, it's so fucking cold out there.
So when the plane shows up, we unload it, and then we wait like an hour and a half to start loading the plane up again, right? So during that time, people go to sleep on the plane. What? Mind you, there's no it's a cargo plane, so there's rollers and shit, right?
Okay.
When I can't sleep, I'll just catch up on Dynamite or NXT whenever I get a chance, of course. Whenever I get a chance. So that's what I usually do.
Oh, you just reminded me of something.
And what's cool too with the new iPhone update.
Yeah.
Right? So you can move your phone and shit.
Oh, I updated my phone last night.
And still have the screen on a smaller scale while you're doing your other shit. I like that, but that's beside the point.
And if you need to move it, you can just like fucking. Whoop.
Exactly. So there is that, but I get what you're saying. Again, I used to do that too back in the day.
I can't.
Right.
Yeah,
I just can't. Again, and by the way, I'm 30. It's like even that. No, bro, I can't.
No, fuck that, man.
Fuck
that. Like I don't have kids or anything like that. I'm one of those people who wants to have at least one kid eventually. But
I almost had one.
I
almost did.
Even without kids, I'm good with the 3 a day. I mean the 3 a week.
Yeah.
That's not a pay-per-view week.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm adding to the pot for next Saturday. I will be going to a house gathering for the Tyson fight.
You know what I heard though, bro?
There's a Tyson fight happening?
Yeah. So you know what I've heard? Apparently, do you know the rules of this fight, right? Do you know the rules of the fight, right?
No.
I don't know anything about the fight.
No headshots
happening.
No. They can't knock each other. They can't knock each other out.
They can or they can't.
They cannot knock each other out.
How's that possible?
It's an exhibition.
What happens if they knock somebody out?
It's like a 4-round fight apparently, but it's
are they gonna wear the practice gear?
Likely yes.
So why didn't Mike Tyson just box Jericho?
To be fair, a couple of months ago or something, it was last year. I don't know when, but a couple of months ago, Julio Cesar Chavez did that.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So keep that in mind.
Mean, this one's gonna be worth it, though. I mean, even if it's just a practice fight exhibition with the headgear, it's the name value. That's what's bringing. That's what's getting my money. I normally don't watch a lot of boxing, but no disrespect to the heavyweights out there. If you're an actual hardcore boxing fan, I have a friend who is. I got
one of my friends. He covers boxing. He's an Instagrammer, but he goes to all the events. Shout out to P4P Glory, my boy Jonathan.
The point. Yeah, the point I was making was just that heavyweight boxing hasn't had a name since Mike Tyson or Roy Jones.
Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua.
No, I'm saying prior to names they're just starting.
And bro, they've been around for a while, bro. Deontay Wilder.
Okay.
I get it. You're not really into boxing.
Yeah, I'm not really into boxing, and it's the boxing that
you didn't realize that early this year, Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury had.
No, I know. I bet on that fight.
Did you not see last? Did you not see last year when Deontay Wilder knocked down Tyson Fury and Tyson did the Undertaker pop up again?
I heard about that fight. What I'm saying
there's a video out there where he does it and there's a more Ranallo commentary in the background. Which by the way, Mauro was doing commentary for that fight too. By the way, for the first fight.
That's why isn't he gone now?
Yes, he's gone, but it's he never left it. Because remember, people were so upset when Mauro left. Oh, he's done. No, he's not, bro. My man, Mauro is set for life, bro. Mauro worked for ESPN. Mm-hmm. Oh, no. Take that back. Scratch that. He worked for Showtime.
Yeah,
right.
Showtime. He also works for Bellator.
Bellator.
So he's making his money.
Dude, how did Bellator not ever sign Kurt Angle in 2008?
I don't know. TNA.
Shit.
I feel that would have been such a good crossover.
No, okay. In 08, because
I'm saying 08, but probably more 2011.
No. The thing is though, he was gonna go to the UFC, but they wanted him to quit pro wrestling. If you're gonna do this, you're not gonna pro wrestling. It's one or the other.
Well, it's like Bobby Lashley. Remember, he used to do Bellator.
But that's Bellator though. Bro.
Yeah, but let's be honest.
Bellator, and I'm gonna say this right now. To me, Bellator is like the TNA, or at one point, they're getting their shit together now. They were like the TNA of MMA, where in the sense of they were literally kiss the ass of all the former UFC legends and all-time greats and give them the main event spot instead of shining their young talent. For example, I remember there was this one fight. It was Ken Shamrock and Hoist Gracie. And granted, legendary feud. I loved it back in the day. Don't get me the fuck wrong. But they put that in the main event, right? Two old guys. And yet you had a title fight. I think it was I could be wrong on this. It was probably Patricio Pitbull. I could be wrong on this. But it was a title fight, and that was the co-main event. Like, what? May I remind you of Kimbo Slice and Dada 5000?
Oh yeah, that happened. Oh man, I remember that. That was bad. That was bad. I thought someone was gonna die during that fight of exhaustion or some shit. Speaking of which, shout out to the family of the guy who participated on John Cena's new reboot of Wipeout. That's some other news.
Yeah,
a guy ran the course, finished it, and died at the end of the day in the hospital.
From exhaustion? Well,
I think so.
Was he exhausted or?
Yeah, I think he was exhausted or something. I don't know if he had asthma. I don't know the full details of the case, but because he ran the course, that caused him to die.
Damn. That's crazy, bro. That's insane. What are you gonna say, Biz? I feel like you just found something, Biz. What happened?
It looks like in 2015, Kurt Angle signed a deal with Bellator.
That makes sense. Like, stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I remember. He signed a deal to be like an ambassador.
That's okay. Is that what this is? Because there's articles on Bellator, but it doesn't say that he's fighting.
He's just. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? It says FanFest. I bet he signed a deal like autographs.
Yeah, he basically was.
It's like Fedor Ortiz, Kurt Angle, Kimbo Slice, Ken Shamrock, and two other dudes.
When I hate saying this because it's like I don't like to shit on a company or whatever, but when I think Bellator, I think that like in comparison to UFC, it's not that one's the major leagues, one's the minor leagues. But I'll say this: a perfect example of what should have been a Bellator fight that was in UFC was CM Punk.
Oh, exactly, absolutely, bro.
CM Punk should have been in Bellator, and I know how it turned out. Like it was unfortunately it was like a joke fight, but it's just like you don't want to see someone come into UFC who doesn't legit have a background. But Bellator might bring someone in who's just a name.
Not really, bro. Because let's be real about it. In the eyes of the people, right?
The people,
the casual viewer, they don't call it MMA. They call it UFC. I do UFC, yo. I know UFC, yo. Don't fuck with me, man. I'll put you in a UFC move and shit.
Yeah,
right. But the sport is MMA. But in the eyes of a lot of people, UFC is the sport, but it's the organization.
It's the mainstream.
It's like if for example, right? Remember a couple of months ago when UFC 4 came out, they had this whole like celebrity tournament on their YouTube channel, that being EA, right? And one of the participants was Kenny Omega from AEW. And the streamer that was going up against Kenny Omega referred him as a WWE superstar or WWE wrestler. And Kenny had to correct him. Kenny had to correct. And again, it's like that's my point.
What did Kenny say?
Oh no, correct you, sir. I am from All Elite Wrestling AEW on TNT.
Did you because I know you do a show midweek like normally to cover Dynamite and stuff. Did you happen to cover what Kenny Omega said about WWE recently?
What did he say? I did the Dynamite. That was last week. I don't recall doing one this week. Did I do one this week?
No, I said you normally do. I wasn't sure if you did one or not. But
I think you only did the Raw review. I think it was on your channel earlier today.
Okay. Yeah, just that one this week. Yeah.
So he did an interview, and basically he's actually open. If WWE was down, if they were open to a working relationship, he would wrestle a match for WWE.
I mean,
they're not ever gonna work with him though.
No,
they're never gonna happen.
Never.
But the reality is, though, and I'll say this again, he should have gone there. I'm just gonna say it again.
Kenny should have went to the WWE.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm sorry. You guys are wrong.
Here's why I'm saying it. Okay, let me ask you this question. Okay.
All right.
When he was in Japan, tearing it up, and we've had this discussion before. Me, Chase, Dave as well, Mike, and all them. Even Walter. In Japan, he was this hype. Like, oh my God, here's this guy who's tearing it up in the fucking Tokyo Dome 2 years in a row. One with Okada, that 6-star rated match, right? Wrestle Kingdom 11, right? And then the year after, 1 year later, right? He goes into the Tokyo Dome with Jericho, and they tear it up as well. Mm-hmm. So people will tell you that should have been the main event, but it wasn't, right? But he had this momentum. He had this recognition that, oh, this guy will give you the best match on the show, best match of the year. Again, whether it be with Okada, whether it be with Tanahashi, whether it be Naito in the G1, with Goto, with Ishii, it didn't fucking matter. He would tear it the fuck up. And then the idea was, okay, his contract was running up, right? The idea is, okay, he's going to go to WWE, right? That was the belief. Mm-hmm. He shows up in AEW. And at that moment, it's like his stock just went down. Granted, at that moment he didn't have a match with Tana.
It had to, though.
Yeah, at the same time, I got to keep this in mind too. He didn't have a match, I think, since Tokyo Dome with Tanahashi. He went to AEW. I don't recall him doing an indie match in between.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, he lost to Jericho. They made him an EVP. It's like now we're going to see this, okay, cleaner Kenny Omega here and there. But it's like, who can, outside of Cody, which he wrestled before, and I guess Moxley, who we've already seen already, who else are you going to have him out there and be like, wow, I got to see this shit? Yeah. If he would have gone to the E, right, he would have been given the AJ treatment.
Rocket right away.
I don't think so.
No. In the sense of you're not going to NXT.
I'm sorry, but I disagree with you.
Think about this, though. You think about this, right? Kenny Omega, Seth Rollins, Kenny Omega.
No, I think there'd be fantastic matches, but I don't think they would take a while for that to happen, though.
Okay, here's I have a really good example to back Steve's point here. So, okay, how many people are actually gonna know that, in realistic of what we got going on right now, when the AEW video game comes out, how many people are gonna actually know who aren't hardcore wrestling fans that Kenny Omega had like he's a behind the scenes producer or whatever in AEW gaming? More people are going to know that Xavier Woods has a YouTube gaming channel than people knowing that Kenny Omega actually took part in making a game.
That's just exposure, though.
Thank you. That's the point.
No,
that's the point. That's it right there.
That doesn't make any credits, though.
No. But the point that I'm trying to make right here is this, okay? As much as AEW claims that their focus is wrestling, and that they call their talent wrestlers, which I understand. That's what we all want to. That's what we want. I love the Paul Heyman shoot promo leading into the Survivor Series during the invasion, where he was like, Vince calls his talent sports entertainers. Okay.
Yeah.
Vince builds his talent. The WWE builds their talent as superstars, and you will be presented as a superstar. So what he's saying is, if Kenny would have went to WWE, he would have been a superstar. Everything that there may have been a little bit of a fear of being used incorrectly, but if he had he probably has just as much creativity as someone like Xavier Woods in regards to gaming and stuff, he would have got support for that. So, there's all that con money that AEW throws his way, but there's not as much name recognition. I hate saying this. TNT supports AEW all the way. There's a TNT championship. Cody's on. They're about to premiere this competition reality show or talent
Big Show. Big Show.
The Go Big Show. Who the fuck knows who Cody is? Who doesn't watch Dynamite?
Well, I think that's
well, to be fair,
the viewership though.
To be fair, though, people know who Cody Rhodes is, though.
No.
A lot of the because where he, granted, yes, outside of the wrestling bubble, yes, a lot of fans are not going to know who Cody Rhodes is.
And that
why? To rebuttal that, to back up what Dave is saying here, why do you think they're going to potentially do a Cody versus Shaquille O'Neal match?
For viewership. Get more eyes on AEW. That's the same reason they're going to do a Jericho versus Tyson match.
But besides that, though,
that's why you do these matches.
No. But hear me out. Because they know Cody's going on this show, right? With at least now if he does the show after wrestling Shaq, hey, there's a rub.
Yeah,
there's a rub because they know for a fact. And again, AEW gonna get what they couldn't get with Mike Tyson, and that's an ESPN moment.
I think the whole comparison between WWE and AEW is just really unfair because.
How so, though?
Because WWE's been around since, what is it, the 1930s with WWF?
That's true.
That's true. It's very unfair to compare these two companies.
No, but it's like
remember TNA in like 2006?
But what
TNA in 2006 was only 4 years old. And they only got Kurt Angle. That was their biggest guy at that time.
But that's the thing. They needed somebody for that recognition that people already knew.
Yes.
And the whole Kenny Omega thing is, he's having fun. He's with his best friends. There's a good chance that Kenny Omega could have went to WWE. It could have been the next Shinsuke Nakamura, who's nothing but a joke.
That may be true, but
that's a possibility.
That's a yes and a no.
And he had Cody Rhodes this year.
Can I rebut?
One second. And he had Cody Rhodes, who was in WWE, very respected. The son of a Hall of Famer who was treated like utter garbage the whole time. That's what I say. You can take it from here.
Okay, so what we're talking about again?
Kenny Omega.
No, Nakamura. Okay. Yes, you can say you can say he's a joke right now. All the fuck you want, but yes, you can make the argument. But explain to me, why do you think Nakamura has re-signed the new deal with WWE?
The money, 100%.
No. Besides that,
I don't think I'm sadly don't think there's much
because
more
because for a lot of years, a lot of dorks have said, "Go back to Japan, go back to Japan." But Shinsuke ain't dumb though. Shinsuke go take the shitload of money from Vince to be a lazy wrestler and no longer having to kill himself. Yeah. Every single fucking match that he did in Japan.
That is the one thing that I have to back about anybody who goes to WWE. I don't care if you're freaking AJ Styles. If you go to WWE, you have to learn WWE style wrestling, and it changes everything. Perfect example, Brock Lesnar. Okay. I know he didn't do the indies or anything.
Brock,
no.
Hold
on. Hold on. No. Hear me out. This is a really good. I'm just using this as an example, and you'll understand in a minute. So Brock was in FCW, right? Was it FCW that had the
OVW?
Yeah.
Before
OVW,
I go any further, I want to give a shout out to Andre Corbeil.
Andre?
But Andre saying in the chat of the Biz reminds him of a young Scott D'Amore. That's a compliment.
Dude, you know what? Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. I appreciate this debate we're having, though.
So next time you come,
what do you think about the debate, bro?
So the next time you come in, you gotta wear your team. You gotta come in Team Canada gear, bro.
Oh, you're gonna say wear your Team Canada stuff. Yo, I'm actually fresh shaven. Shaved yesterday, bro.
I was
yesterday. It was a big fucking bushy beard, bro.
I believe it.
What I was trying to say is, okay, so in OVW, Brock was wrestling there, and there's a big difference between OVW Brock and Brock in WWE. And
Yeah,
that
because he was a high flyer. He did shooting stars in OVW.
That exactly. You want to know why he does he outside of that Mania match?
Okay,
You want to know why?
I was gonna say because he almost fucking killed himself, but
right. But you know why? You know why he
because
didn't do
he
it
doesn't
in
have to do that. Same with Brian Cage. He doesn't need.
And
to
you know,
do that.
yeah.
Well,
but
to be fair,
to make the fans happy though.
Well, to be fair though, go on. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Vince strictly told him, dude, look at you. You're a powerhouse. You're jacked. All this stuff. You don't have to do it. Yeah, he can do it, but you don't have to do it. And it wasn't like so. It's like it made it even more of a moment when he finally did do it. If you do stuff like that on the regular, one, it does do a toll on your body. Two, there's no shock value when you do it.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like what the point that Steve's making is all these people like AJ, Nakamura, Omega, and stuff like that, when they're in New Japan, when they're in TNA, and now even in AEW, they're going harder than they ever been before because normally WWE is the promised land where we're going to draw you
that.
in.
Not even that.
That was before shit hit the fan with the Twitch shit and stuff. But a lot of us growing up, the promised land was WWE, and it's like if you busted your ass,
not really. I mean, for some people,
the promised land since 2019 when AEW got announced.
But for some people, the promised land was WCW. Keep that in mind too. Keep that in mind too.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll even say one again. To me, WCW reminds me a lot of Pride FC, which at one time was the mecca of MMA in Japan. But listen, we can go on this.
You get what I was saying.
We could talk about this for days. That's just like Blockbuster, just like rental stuff like back in the day. We can go on and on and on and on and on. Believe me. We've been at this now for almost 2 hours and change. Can
I bring up one more topic real quick?
Go ahead, brother.
This is to finish the Omega debate we were having.
Okay. Fair enough.
Okay, so Omega gets it. He'd pull AJ Styles. He'd want the Young Bucks there. He'd want Cody there.
But at the end of the day,
Young Bucks would be a joke. Young Bucks would not, or WWE would treat the Young Bucks like a joke. They would not know how to handle them. Look at their track record of their tag team division.
Yes and no. But I think also WWE realized that the Young Bucks, say what you want about them, they have an audience.
Absolutely.
They know how to generate dollars. Say what you want about them. Look at their merchandise. The fact that they were the first non-WWE guys to get a Funko Pop. They were the first non-WWE guys to have their shirts sold in Hot Topic.
Yeah.
Let's be real about that. Keep that in mind too.
I'll say WWE, Young Bucks.
So WWE, to my understanding, in 2018, offered the whole elite, like Cody, the Young Bucks, Hangman Page, Kenny, a contract to the main roster, and apparently being the elite was going to be either a network show or a show on the WWE YouTube channel, and they would have being done. The Bucks and all that would have complete, full creative on the show. That was part of the deal, and they chose not to. Now, I think a lot of people will. My only critique on AEW is the way they announced it. We've talked about this before.
Why is that?
Okay, so.
Wait, are you talking about the press conference or the YouTube video?
Okay, so my advice to you would be this, right? Go back to... It was an episode of Being the Elite. It has to be literally leading up to Wrestle Kingdom 13.
Okay.
It was on that BTE episode, right? They're doing the whole countdown thing. I don't know. Do you watch BT, by the way? Do you watch BTE?
Occasionally, not all the time.
Okay.
If you're talking to me, I don't know who you're talking to.
To you.
Okay, yeah. Occasionally, not all the time.
So, did you recall, like at the end of 2019, the whole at the end of 2018, going into 2019, the whole countdown clock, the whole countdown timer and shit, right? Yeah. So that led to Wrestle Kingdom. And the announcement that they did of AEW. What I did not like, and I know I'm not the only one here, they announced it literally outside of the Tokyo Dome on the day before Wrestle Kingdom. And literally outside of what is supposed to be the home of New Japan's biggest show of the year. To me, that was like a slap in the face to New Japan.
Okay, I could see that.
But
Okay,
at the same time,
I didn't know if you meant the announcement video or the press conference.
that's what
I agree with you about the announcement. I think the announcement should have waited till the press conference.
Or at least
the best comparison to that was that Jeff Jarrett using New Japan to promote GFW.
and look where that went. Jeff Jarrett now works for WWE.
To be fair, that's way two different.
And to be fair, Jeff Jarrett.
To be fair, they're two different.
Jeff Jarrett joined the Bullet Club.
50-year-old fat son of a bitch, and the
young
bucks are tight as hell, dude.
No, I'm
and
saying
the young bucks are hip, dude.
No, but the point is though, in a way, Jeff used New Japan to try to launch AEW, and look where Jeff is now. Hell, Jeff Jarrett joined the Bullet Club.
Yeah. Jeff Jarrett was only in New Japan for a cup of coffee too, right?
Well, he was in there, but even like after that, he started wearing the Bullet Club colors. I remember
it wasn't about him being a wrestler. It was about him like just being like there, you know. And like while he was quote there, he then like when he promoted his new company, he said that our company is a partner of Wrestle Kingdom, and it's like, dude, no, you're not. Like it wasn't at all. You're just like they're allowing you to be here, but Global Force Wrestling isn't presenting Wrestle Kingdom, and that's how he presented it.
I was so excited for Global Force when it came out.
I think everyone was. I think everyone to an extent was, but
it
just
Gen Championship with PJ Black.
Yeah, and then it never happened. Then it just never really came about.
And then the whole lawsuit between GFW and Impact Wrestling came about.
I think a lot of people
for the
were.
longest time. Jeff Jarrett was TNA. You gotta remember that.
Yeah, I'll agree with you on that.
TNA was Jeff Jarrett's era.
Like to tie that into Kenny Omega, like that's kind of why like people like Kenny. I mean, the only person who's different is Cody, but that's for reasons. That's why Kenny and the Young Bucks, like why they were losing for so long, is because like they understood that like, hey, if we come into a company we make and then we just put ourselves on top, all we are is Jeff Jarrett.
You got to look more at it like other wrestlers too. Like look how many jobs they just made. Instead of 4 people going to WWE, they gave about like probably 150 people jobs. If like almost at the minimum, 150 people got jobs because they launched AEW.
No, I hear you. I'm just talking in regards to the fans strictly of like the elite. Like if you're a fan of the Young Bucks, if you're a Kenny Omega fan, that's just pretty much it, you know?
Okay.
Facts. Absolutely. And listen, again, we can talk about this for days here, but I think it's time for us to put a bow on this one. It's getting late. It's about to be 1 a.m. over here, and I gotta be at work at 10. I gotta be at work at 10:30. My goal tomorrow is to be up by.
That's my old shift.
My goal tomorrow is to be up by 7 to go to the gym before I go to work. Yeah, I'm that kind of guy. And being that my second job is I work at a supermarket during Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving weeks, the last thing I'm gonna be dealing with this week is dealing with customers and their turkeys and shit like that. It's gonna be fucking a pain in the you know what.
Are you working both jobs?
Yes, I am. No,
the
day of Thanksgiving, I am working my early morning job at the airport. That's where I make double. For just 4 little hours to sit on a plane, I make double that day. And then I go home.
I work in Walmart.
And then after that, I am off for my second job at the supermarket. I am off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. 5 days off. I cannot fucking wait. But anyway, guys, I thank you all for tuning in. You guys have been awesome, all of you. You can listen to the audio version of this podcast on all the podcasting platforms such as Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, TuneIn, Google Podcasts, Anchor.fm, which is a sponsor of the show, and as well over at Spotify. If you are on Apple Podcasts, give around the point the 5-star rating. Give us a review. It does help out the show in the long run. One of the goals I want to do on the show is read reviews. Eventually, when we get a good enough of reviews, I want to start reading reviews on the show and whatnot. All right, that's the goal as well. So head on over there, give us a review and all that stuff. Be back next week for more. We'll see what happens also in the wrestling news and all that stuff. But before I go any further, Biz, let them know again, bro. Where can they check you out? Let them know, bro.
Instagram. You can find me at the Bizarre Watch Along. Twitter. Find me at the Bizarre Watch. And on Twitter, or not Twitter, Twitch. Follow me at the Bizarre Watch Along. This Saturday, big show, 11 p.m. Eastern. Santa Claus Movie 1 with Tim the Two-Man Taylor. Tim Allen, baby. You won't want to miss it. It's going to be completely tight, baby. Tight.
It's gonna be tight. It's gonna be tight.
Keep it right. Keep it tight.
It's gonna be tight. It's gonna be tight like olive, extra virgin olive oil. You know why? Because you know why they call it extra virgin?
Tell me, baby.
The pussy tight. That's why the pussy tight.
Hey.
Remember that's why they call it. A chef, I remember in culinary school, the chef you know why they call it extra virgin olive oil? Why? Because the pussy tight.
Let me say, girl. I'm grateful that you guys asked me to be here. It was an absolute blast. You guys are good guys. Recommend everybody you listen to that give you guys the 5-star because you guys do deserve it. A lot of hard work.
Thank you. Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it.
Problem.
I get invited back, I'd love it. But if not,
sure, bro.
Dude, absolutely thank you.
We got to bring you back eventually. We'll bring you back. We'll bring you back eventually down the road.
No problem.
Bring you back. Now, Dave, bro, let them know, man. Where can they check you out at, man? My John Draper.
All right. So, mostly, you guys can check me out either in the chat here or, when I'm a guest on the show. You know, I try to at least make the Around the Points on Sundays. In regards to social media, still working on that. My main project right now is to set up a podcast. You know, right now, I got it ready, but it's just what's the topic? You know, I might, by next Sunday I might plug something, and because I want to get some ideas from the chat. You know, I got a little something for you, Steve. So
a little something
be on the lookout.
For sure.
I got a little something.
I like that. I like that. And you guys can, again, you guys know me already. Follow me on Twitter at HeelSteven, YouTube.com/HeelSteven. Hit the subscribe button down below. We're trying to get to 2,000 subscribers. I will be doing a giveaway once we're at 2,000 subscribers. I am doing a giveaway. That's right. I don't know what it is yet, but it's some sort of giveaway. Instagram at HeelSteven, Snapchat HeelSteven. I have a Facebook page. Links, all that's in the description box below. I am tired as all hell, but hey, it is what it is. I'll likely put this show on the audio platform probably by tomorrow at the earliest, if not Tuesday. But it's going to be up there, all right, for you guys to listen to and download all that stuff. All right. Thank you all again, as always. We'll see you next week for another installment of Around the Point. I am Steve with Biz and Dave. Good night, everyone, or good morning, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Peace.
The music, and we are out of here like Janice.